Hey everybody, welcome back to the Balcony Time podcast. My name is Andy and my head is stuck.
That just fucked me up. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Russ, and I have a better understanding of physics than Andrew.
This is Andrew, and I am ribbed for survival, not for pleasure.
This is Josh, and Fight Club is a great way to get exercise and meet new people.
You just broke the rules.
It's weird.
I showed up late.
I was going to say, hey everybody, welcome to the Balcony Time podcast. My name is Andy, and my name is Robert Paulson. So I've been playing some WoW Classic. I don't know if you guys knew this.
What? Andy plays WoW?
Yeah. I'm not going...
Well, some version of it anyway.
Two versions of it. So,
How many versions of it are there?
37.
Two.
Okay.
So I haven't been playing it like you would expect Andy to, right? I'm only level 27. It's been on for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah.
I would have expected all day, every day.
Is level 27 high?
Okay.
The level cap is 60.
Oh, okay.
Somebody,
So no.
the first was 3 days, I think.
First to 60 was 4 days.
4 days.
The world first Ragnaros kill was 6 days. The world first Onyxia kill was 7 days. Like, the raids are done.
They did the raids in 6 days.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Rag was down on day 6, like a few hours left before
Technically,
day 7
isn't
started.
this the second time they've been done?
Yes, but it's world first.
It's just crazy. So
WoW
like,
Classic.
the person that was trying to get to 60 first took 4 days. So that means that not only does he have to be playing essentially nonstop, but that means there needs to be at least 39 other people that are doing that exact same thing on the same server so that they can go raid Ragnaros 2 days later.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
Now, it is one of the things that they kind of manipulated a new system. So they have what's called a layering system. So not everybody is showing up at the same place all the time.
It's the instancing from before, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's a little bit different than phasing because with phasing, you would technically be in the same place on the server. This one, you're not on the same place on the server. You're in the same location in game.
Like when you log back in? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Or-
so they allow, say they allow 30,000 people on simultaneously, right? And when everybody logs in for the first time, all level 1, that means 30,000 people simultaneously are in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
If that were actually the case, that'd be a real issue. There wouldn't be any quest mobs to kill. It'd just be total and utter chaos. So they've been separating it. So like only like a couple hundred people can be on. You're only with another couple hundred people in a location, right?
Okay.
However, if
Is that random?
it is random.
Okay.
You're supposed to be on the same as like your friends list, right? So you're always supposed to be on the same server as them. That doesn't always work that way, but if you invite somebody to a party and they're not on your layer, they get brought into your layer, or vice versa. If you accept their friend or their group invitation, you end up on their
So
layer.
then you just teleport?
Well, you don't teleport. You just seamlessly go into another layer. You're still in the
Okay.
same location, same
Different
spot you were
players.
in. Yeah, you're just now surrounded by different players, right? Because
Okay.
you're on their layer now. So that was actually
A dimensional shift, if you will.
kind
Yes.
of, yeah.
Different dimension. It's a good way of looking at it.
It means that the enemies around you may change, like their location may change because they were in a different pattern. They were killed more recently or, later. So they have exploited a little bit that, because there are like spawns that take longer, like quest mobs that take longer to spawn and that kind of thing.
But
And
not if you go to another dimension.
right. So if you jump onto another layer, they might be up. So there are people that are requesting like, hey, bring me to your layer if X mob is up right now. So there was a little bit of exploitation as far as that goes that kind of lies outside of the original vanilla experience. So people were able to level faster just because they had quicker access to finishing quest lines and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's been fantastic up until this fucking weekend. Of course, there's the queue times, right? The queue times have been pretty bad, especially in the first week. I waited 9.5 hours to get on my first day.
Damn.
Just because I wanted to experience the
I just
launch
imagine a bunch of dwarves waiting outside of a dungeon like a water slide. Just
With their
everybody's,
hammers.
yeah, and armor and everything. Everyone's just
Grumpy.
upset.
So the kind of in the same vein, the the kind of original interactions that happen in vanilla are totally back for classic, which is really neat. People like actually lining up so they can kill quest mobs. Like people taking turns. Yeah, it's forming queues. Yeah, and people like not deviating from it because of course you get shunned. You're on the same server always now. And the server population actually matters. People get to know each other.
So was this done purely for nostalgia factor?
Yes.
Well, just a player demand, which I think is mostly nostalgia. It's a totally different game. So the game that I fell in love with in 2004, the way it is now on the retail side, with all the expansions that it's had, almost every mechanic is different.
Well, I'll say someone who joined in the last year and just started playing, this would be something that they may not have been able to do before?
Yes, and yeah, totally, because you haven't been able to go back to previous expansions before. This is the first time that's been a thing. Unless you use a private server.
Okay, so it's kind of neat if you're a new fan or new to the game.
Totally, or if you want to go back and experience the game as you did, the game that you fell in love with. Because, I mean, a lot of us had our time with World of Warcraft, and most of us started in Classic, or in Vanilla, rather. And it stays really faithful to the way it ran before. It's been a lot of fun. But this weekend, some person or persons or organization decided they wanted to DDoS all the servers and keep them down for the goddamn weekend, which is, my days off. So I'm only level 27.
So that's why you're only.
Well,
level
that's not
27.
why. I'm also not grinding the way I normally would. I don't feel any need to get there super fast.
Right on.
Whereas normally I would. Usually the day an expansion comes out, I hit max level.
Stopping and smelling the Warcraft roses.
Spending more time in groups, doing a little bit more dungeons, not being as efficient as I normally am, and just pretty much taking time to smell the
Emoting a little
roses.
more.
A little bit. I've done a little bit of RP for fun.
Are you still playing with people you normally play with?
Yeah.
Okay, so is the nostalgia factor high for them as well?
Some of them, some of these people I didn't play with in Classic. I didn't meet them until several years later.
So you're getting to experience old dungeons with new people.
Yeah, and people that didn't play in the previous
I can
expansions
see
is fun.
how it's not just a jerk off, if you will.
Yeah, and Daddy Andy is there to show him the ropes of old WoW. All right, I'm gonna target these enemies
Papa
here
Andy.
and mark them for you, so you know how we're CCing them and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
I got home on Friday and Xbox Live was down for like 5 hours. It's kind of the same premise. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get some gaming done. And on the Xbox, you can't do almost anything if you're not signed in.
Right.
Like I can't watch
Yeah,
any
no
of the
Netflix.
subscription services. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's awful, dude.
I was like, uh-oh. Hope this doesn't last
Entertainment Nazi like from Seinfeld. No entertainment for you.
long. I guess I could play a physical game, but I don't buy those anymore.
Well, you could if it didn't require like 2 hours of DLC downloads before you can log in or first day patches.
I think if you don't have an internet connection, it's not even gonna like tell you that.
Probably.
Yeah,
it doesn't
not a problem
know.
then, I don't think.
Probably. Everything's always online now, though. You remember when Diablo 3 came out and there was the huge outcry against like always online?
That started when they announced the Xbox One.
Yeah, I remember.
Big time.
It was the console thing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
really got people.
That's the one that Microsoft had to roll way the fuck
Mm-hmm.
back because they were like, "Oops."
Now we think about it and it's like, well, everything is.
Yeah, I mean they kind of snuck it on you anyways.
Yeah, totally did.
Well,
considering-
I mean, the convenience of purchasing a game online and not having to have a physical copy is just, oh my god.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
wonderful.
I don't like physical copies.
I mean, I don't actually know this or not. It might have been possible for me to use some of those subscription services, but I might have to like re-log in under like an offline profile or maybe no profile.
Yeah, maybe.
But because it's already set up for those accounts, when you go to try to run them, it'll tell you like you need to be signed in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can make like a not required to be online account, like a non-Xbox Live account or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they have to authenticate through Xbox Live first before they'll let you do that. I have a feeling that's what it is.
Well, I know you used to have to be, I don't know if it still applies, but you had to be an Xbox Live subscriber to use any online
Right, yeah, you had to be
services.
gold.
Yeah, gold. You had to be a gold member to use that
Right.
stuff. You don't have to be anymore.
Not anymore.
How do you know you have Xbox Live though?
Yeah, but for a while there, frugal is the word I like to use. Frugal. With silver, you can still use Netflix and all that
Okay,
jazz.
that's good.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a period of time when you couldn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had to pay for Xbox Live for Netflix back in the day.
Yeah.
Xbox is pretty generous now, as long as someone's paying for live on it. So
Are you doing? Because you're
Big
doing
shout
Game
out to
Pass,
Mike.
right, Russ?
I have the Game Pass currently.
Yeah. How's that?
big
treating
shout
you?
out to Mike.
I love it. I've been playing a lot of other games. I'm looking forward to at some point. I'm going to dive into the second Shadows of Mordor game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something War, Shadows of War.
Shadows of War. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's on there now. They added Slay the Spire.
Cool.
Which is a game I watched some of my online streamers play when it came out. I'm like, man, I really want to play that game.
I know our buddy Mike plays that a lot.
He plays it a lot.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's a really enjoyable game. Like, I feel like I have to. There's a ton of RNG involved. Sometimes you just get fucked.
Well, because it's card based, right?
It's a roguelike.
Yeah.
More so than even like Dark Souls is, because the enemies, pathways, and bosses and stuff are randomly generated. So each time that you make a run, everything's different.
Mm-hmm.
Your rewards are randomly generated. And if you die, you start over. You lose everything. You literally start back over at the beginning. You'd really like it. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
It's a card game,
Cool.
and you build your deck as you run through it. Did you play any of the?
You'll actually like this game, unlike the last game recommendation you received.
This one makes actually use your brain and make choices.
All right.
Did you play any of the Hearthstone solo adventures?
Oh yeah, those were a blast.
Did you do any of the ones that were dungeon run style?
Yeah.
Where you build the deck as you go.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Okay.
But there is you get a lot more control over what's happening. You don't just pick like pods of cards that
Are you
add to your deck.
Are you playing against other players?
No. You're trying to get to
solo.
the top of the spire.
Okay.
There's 3 levels to the spire. Each one has a combination of either. So it'll show you a map. Math have different pathways. The map icons run through boss mobs, mini bosses, regular enemies, shops, campfires, and question mark spots, which are like event squares. And you choose which pathway you want to go up, and you run into those as you go.
I just gotta say, I hate that mobs has become the accepted vernacular for enemy NPC character. Because every time I hear mob, I think of multiple things, but that's not necessarily the case. Oftentimes, people are talking about one entity.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
Like,
can
I know
use
it's
mob as a singular.
Yeah.
in that sense, yeah.
And I
Yeah,
understand
but-
people are using it in the short for the term mobile because like
No.
No.
It's for because typically they were large groups of enemies.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought it referred to like a mobile.
Well, no,
thing
and when you're
in
referring to mob, because you can
Minecraft.
still refer to mob as singular.
Okay.
You can still use mob.
That's how I've heard it mostly lately.
Never has it been
Because of
related to
Minecraft.
mobile or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought it was short for or something. Okay.
I mean, the fact that we say roguelike to describe games
Right.
is a callback to a game that was in like the freaking 80s and maybe like 200 people have ever played.
Yeah, it was a standard adventure game on like the Atari and the Commodore 64
Yeah, like
called Rogue.
ASCII 2 status where everything's letters.
Mhm.
Okay.
But that was one of the first games that you had to where that's requirements for a roguelike. Death means you start over from the beginning, and the game is procedurally generated, so it's different every time you play. That's like
Cool.
Yeah.
that's why I get a little bristly and stuff when people refer to Dark Souls as a roguelike.
Yeah, I don't know why it's referred to as a roguelike. It's roguelite.
Roguelite
is usually
is a
what
better,
you would
maybe
classify
that.
it
I mean,
as.
it could be just mishearing people.
Could
I kinda
be. It's.
just-
I mean, it's. I mean, I put emphasis on the T there because we're speaking into microphones with
Yeah.
pop filters. So.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it
anytime
is-
somebody says mob, though, I think of multiple things.
Mhm.
yeah, you should.
Okay,
I feel
all right.
That's- I
And
do.
it could be referring to singular or multiple.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you can refer to an enemy as a mob or multiple enemies as mobs.
Okay.
I don't know the etymology there.
I think it's just because they were used to fight large groups of enemies. It's a
Maybe
mob.
That's what I would have assumed.
I don't know because I mean mobs that term kind of came out in the MMO sphere.
I could have swore I read it and related to like in the context of Minecraft reading that it was mobile,
it
like a
definitely
mobile thing. But
way predates Minecraft. So
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean we're talking. I think the first time I ever heard the term mobs was referring to like Ultima Online or maybe EverQuest.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit later like EverQuest. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it refers to, but I'm sure there's some.
EverQuest. Now there's a throwback. You don't hear that one very much anymore.
You don't? No. I mean, that's because there's World of Warcraft. MMO and World of Warcraft are just synonymous now. You don't really have anything else.
Yeah, and there's really no other competition in that realm.
Yeah, not really.
I have exciting gaming news.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I broke through the bishop threshold in auto chess.
Yeah.
I made it to rook.
I don't know what that means.
Fuck yeah. It's
Like
just
rank?
it's the ranking
Gotcha.
system.
Gotcha.
I was fucking
I also
on a
put in
bubble.
I put a new chess game on my phone. It's called Really Bad Chess, and you get random pieces. So the other day I played a game where I had 4 queens, and it was really easy. Then I played a game where I had no queens and 5 knights, and was pretty fucked.
But this isn't an auto chess, right?
This is
chess.
just like, it looks like shitty computer chess, like from the
Yeah.
90s when, grandma needed to use the phone and there was no internet.
Yep.
And it looks like that, and it's been a blast because it's just called shitty chess, and like sometimes you just get dominated because the other side has 5 queens, and there's not a lot you can do about that.
Yeah.
Wikipedia says mob was short for mobile.
Really?
Ah.
Yeah. I don't
know about that.
Maybe it's because the mobs aren't stationary like they had been in old games.
It says
They have patrol
it
paths.
was used by Richard Bartle for objects that were self-mobile in Mud 1.
Oh, okay.
That seems questionable to me.
Well, I'm gonna believe it since it agrees with me.
Fair.
So
That's fair. Yeah, I'm okay with
you
this.
know, if it works, it works. You know. Now, Russ, apologize for being wrong.
I don't feel I'm wrong.
No, I'm sticking with Russ here.
I think so. This comes down to like writer intent. He may have been the first person to say mobs in reference to like an MMO or a computer game in general, a video game. I don't think that is what the general populace would reference mobs for.
Like GIFs.
Yeah.
The guy who created them says it's GIF, but
Oh god.
Yeah,
but
I kinda
everyone,
feel like that.
virtually everyone's like, no.
I still hear GIF too fucking frequently. I know it's such a stupid fucking thing. It's like putting the toilet paper on the wrong way.
I hate that argument.
I do too. I also hate the GIF
Just,
argument, but
like, I would prefer just everyone put a new roll of toilet paper on there. I don't care. You put it on there fucking sideways. Like just
get it there
Yeah.
within reach.
I just leave it.
I don't want to
right
have to,
on top
I don't
of
have
the
to
empty
poop.
roller.
I don't want to have to
Yeah, I
poop
do too.
waddle. I don't care if that works. As long as I don't have to poop waddle to the fucking closet
Yeah.
to get more toilet paper.
that's the nice thing about having a bathroom to yourself is you never have to worry about somebody leaving you no toilet paper.
Don't you leave the toilet paper in my bathroom?
I do. But I always know, like, if I'm getting close to the end of my spool,
Oh, you've learned. It's a learned behavior.
that's not even a learned behavior. That's just a sense behavior. Like, I've only had to,
At
like,
the very
mud butt,
least,
like,
he
twice.
We could wash his butt off.
Yeah, I can just jump in the shower if I want to.
Sure.
No.
That's a bad day.
I don't want to.
That day's not starting or ending well.
No. Or middle. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's game over.
Yeah. I did that is kind of a day ruiner.
Just go back to bed, try again.
I
later.
shower
No,
after
because
every
you've
shit.
got mud butt and you have to shower
You
first.
shower after every shit you take?
Yeah, why not?
Like,
Do you-
eventually you do? Because, like, I feel like, yeah, eventually I will shower after.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
every shit.
No, you don't. You're such a cat shower. Fucking lick yourself clean.
If you can lick your butt, I'll give you $1.
Don't challenge him to that. I don't want
Yeah,
I'll
dude,
give-
you'll fall
Don't
right.
threaten me with a good time.
I'll give you
Mayfield.
$5.
You'll fall right off the couch.
Oh,
you don't have the equilibrium required.
yeah. Not enough dexterity or whiskers.
I feel like I may have mentioned this, but I stumbled into a weird porn wormhole.
Oh, man.
Go on.
Does it involve wormholes?
No, it was
Cats?
chicks licking their own pussies.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I've been there before.
I've
It's
never-
like their leg. It looks weird, dude.
Yeah.
Look, they got their legs behind their head and they're licking their box.
Yeah.
Tongue in that box.
It did not turn me on.
It's,
No, I
it's
can't
more of a
imagine that would.
scientific research than
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
It was
Piques the interest.
I think it'd be a challenge to get off that way.
I thought you,
Yeah, I feel like you'd be so uncomfortable. It'd be hard to.
Josh, I know you said piques the interest, but I heard pink sea interest, and I was like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, piques the interest.
A little pink sea interest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pink
yeah,
is
it's the
the
uncomfortableness
interest.
that I think would be because, like, even if you can do that, that's got to be an uncomfortable position. You don't get in there and you're like, oh yeah, that's relaxing.
Or maybe you do. I don't have a vagina. I couldn't tell you.
Not the vagina part, the fact that you're folding yourself into a.
You don't know her
circle.
life.
Yeah, dude. I
Maybe-
just assume there are people that are more limber than I am because yes, that would be
Yeah.
very uncomfortable for me.
Well, they
to lick my own
obviously
vagina.
are more limber because they could get there.
Right.
But staying there, I imagine, is still.
I don't know. I imagine there's some people that are doing their Pilates, and that's like a relatively comfortable position.
I don't know if they were acting, but a lot of them looked happy.
Sure.
Well, they're performing for webcams and shit. I'm sure that's.
Yeah.
Like I said,
They're hamming
I
it
don't know
up.
if they're acting, but
Don't want to spoil anybody's.
I
notions
prefer
of fantasy
I prefer if the actress is not having, or if they're not having a good time, I prefer that to be in the porn.
just for
Yep,
laughs.
just either for laughs or for realism. I like the realism.
Because nobody you sleep with has any fun.
Ouch! I walked into that one. It was,
Yeah, a little bit,
it was
dude.
a moving blade, but
A little bit. Well, I mean, you have to wonder what you're saying about yourself when that's realism.
yeah, no, very true. But no, I tend to watch amateur, more of a amateur porn.
Sure. Yeah. A little bit
Like
more.
I like to
realistic.
know it's real people fucking. You
Yeah,
know?
but is it ever?
They're all
Well,
robots.
real-ish? You know.
I mean,
More-
but is it? But I mean, I think there are just studios out there that throw amateur tag and give them some like shitty Sony Handycams. You know what I mean? Instead of like higher production value.
It's also 2019 where everyone has an HD camera.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
what was that line from Zach and Miri? Make a porno. Everybody wants to watch.
She
anybody
frosted
fuck.
me like a cake.
bitch frosted me like I was a cake.
I haven't seen that movie.
What
in
was
too
your
long,
quote?
man.
Sorry, I spoke.
It was
over you.
everybody wants to watch anybody fuck.
Oh, okay. Reminds me
Not
of-
anybody. I mean, sometimes I want to see something gross just because I'm curious, you know. But
Reminds me of that Ron White bit, the stand-up bit. You know, like, you want to see my titties?
Yup.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Roll them back up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna say no. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I think there's
Well,
100% times I'll say
I
no.
use the same motto for porn that I use for drugs. Say maybe.
Okay.
Say maybe.
But maybe.
Maybe. I don't like maybe.
Give it a watch.
Give me something absolute.
Okay.
Say yes.
No.
You bastard.
Did you guys listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson on Joe
I did.
Rogan?
Yeah, I did.
He's been on there a few
Astrophysics
times, right?
black guy.
Yeah. I mean, so the podcast as a whole,
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. 'Cause
Sure.
I enjoy
I think
Joe-
I know where you're going with this.
Joe Rogan podcast. I have not had too much exposure to Neil deGrasse Tyson himself.
Mhm.
He seems like a very difficult person to be having a conversation
Yes,
with.
so I knew that's where you're going with it. That he talks over Joe.
Talks over
Constantly
a lot,
stops
doesn't
him.
listen quite to what
Yep.
it is that Joe's like coming at him with.
Mhm.
And really feels like there's like a thing that he has to say to
Yeah.
preface every discussion.
Yep.
It was weird. It was like there's times I felt like Joe was getting a little flustered.
Me
and I
too.
totally understood where he was coming from.
Because I was flustered too.
Yeah,
I was
I was
like,
like,
I want to hear what Joe had to say. There was a question there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that drove me nuts, dude. I like,
Was
yeah,
this
like
a
you.
recent time that he had him on.
Yeah, this was like
the-
2 days ago or something.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because Neil deGrasse Tyson is often the smartest person in the room?
It felt like
Or at
he's-
least he believes he's the smartest person in the
I
room?
think there's an aspect of it. He's now become intimately familiar with being a public persona.
Yeah.
He's done the TV show. He has his own podcast and stuff like that. So if you put him in a studio in front of a microphone, he's going to be playing Neil deGrasse Tyson. you know?
Which I kind of understand that. Like I get the like almost muscle memory of having a microphone in front of you now, and you're used to being the showrunner, and now it's your time to talk. I kind of get that, but he wasn't on his own podcast, and that did just kind of drive me nuts.
Yeah, I felt like a lot of times in those Joe Rogan podcasts, you get the sense that people are kind of letting their guard down and they're having a conversation.
Yeah.
That one to me, I think, felt like he was there to be Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It
and
almost
not
felt
have
rehearsed.
A conversation with Joe, just sit down and talk with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Was that the one? Is that the episode where they actually asked the guest asked Joe what his oh man, his structure was like what they expected to get him out of the podcast. It was either that one or another one I listened to. The guy literally asked him, like, "Oh, so what do you want to talk about? How do you do this? What's your plan? Do you just say?" I think it was this one.
That was recent, but I don't
Neil-
think it was.
I think Neil asked Joe Rogan if we're having a conversation of just whatever you think of off the top of your head.
Yeah.
And then Joe was like, "Well, yeah, that's literally what
That's
my
this
podcast.
podcast,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what that wouldn't have lasted if it was.
Yeah.
Think about the guests that he has. You know,
Right.
pretty sure that was that podcast. And
It might
that kind
have.
of that if it was, if not, it still kind of encapsulates the feeling I got from it, which was where Neil deGrasse Tyson thought it was going to be like this structured thing. He's there to promote a book, talk about the things that he talks
Right.
about. And Joe's there just like, I just want to ask questions and discuss stuff.
Right, like Neil deGrasse Tyson was looking for a format the whole time. Like he
Yeah.
was like, where am I going to fit this structurally?
It's too professional.
Yeah,
That's what I like about Joe Rogan's podcast.
Me
Is
too.
like their guard being let down.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel another neat interview show that does that is actually Hot Ones.
Yeah.
The Hot Wings, the spice gets people off their, and it winds up being maybe not as an interesting interview, not in the same way that it is with Joe Rogan, but a similar premise of someone being knocked off their guard, and you
I
get
feel like
an
that's
interesting
almost the premise
interview.
of Hot Ones,
Yeah.
is to see if they can get people to break their public, facade,
Well, and
and be a little more real.
Sean, I can't remember his last name, the showrunner though.
Sean Evans. I
Sean
believe.
Evans, yeah, that's it. He says that he's like, once we start to get towards the middle of these hot sauces, that breaks you down to like your base human form, and you're naked now, right? It's
That's
kind of the way he
the
explains
goal,
it.
at least.
Yeah, yeah. Which is, I think that's pretty true. I think I think there's a big difference between the person they are before they start eating the wings and the person they are halfway through.
Well, the second half the time, you're fighting to retain your composure.
Yeah.
While your insides are melting, like progressively worse.
Yeah.
Like,
I like drunk podcasts. Not drunk podcasts, but podcasts in which people like drink.
Consume.
Yeah, because I think drinking also kind of brings out your more primal
Again, lowering
form.
that guard.
Yeah,
I got to be in the right environment for that.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But I think it's it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's not necessarily the correct environment, I think it helps.
In this setting, I feel like I would just get sleepy.
Yeah, start rubbing your beard on the microphone.
I feel so good. Leave me alone. I'm not making any noise.
You think?
That's true.
Yeah, you don't hear it
I don't
before
have
it's
to
edited.
hear it later.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any noise. It doesn't make any noise. I mean, unless you do it too rough,
Wow.
then it's too much. It's too much. But that's about usually the time we call you out for it. So, yeah.
You're hurting yourself. Take it easy.
how many people do you think
Gonna
died
make a bald spot.
in the reverse Thanos snap?
In the reverse snap.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
many
like when
died?
people just randomly came back. Okay.
Oh, it just popped back in.
Yeah.
yeah.
5
Just
years later.
a bunch of people getting insta-gived by people coming back to life.
I think if you're on like an airplane,
Yeah.
you're just
That's
you're
true.
just in the air falling to
true.
your death with like 30 other people.
Yeah.
I didn't see the reverse snap.
Well, just imagine, okay,
So he just brought those people back.
half of everyone on the planet disappears.
Right, so they all just
5
came
years
back.
go by, and then all those people that left come back in the spot that they left in.
In the
I'm
same
pretty sure the
space.
Same exact
directors
space.
came out and said they fine printed exactly what the wish was. If you care to delve that deep, I didn't.
Well,
but
here's something interesting. If it's the same spot in space, then you wouldn't even be on Earth anymore.
True.
You just
Very,
snap
very
back
true,
into
yeah.
the void somewhere.
Yeah. You're like a half a light year away now.
Yes, I suppose technically that would be true.
Yeah.
So all those people are in space right now, just floating around as icicles.
don't worry,
Way
we'll
to
pick
bring 'em
them up
back.
on the way back through.
Yeah. Because that's gonna happen. Yeah. Oh man, that's very true. Galaxy's just moving at a pretty good clip.
Thanks
So
for
all of
ruining
them. My
Endgame.
guess is all of them are dead.
Yeah. True enough. True enough.
How did I forgot? They just got all the stones back, right? And then just like thought about it and snapped.
Yeah.
How do you word? Like, there's no. It's not
Dude,
like
you
a
got to have
genie
that
wish.
practice
It's all
genie
thoughts.
wish.
Yeah.
It's just your thought. You're like, bring
They were-
everyone
they
back.
Were running,
snap.
they were running
And
back
then-
through. It's like, all right, the 3 guys who are going to get a chance at snapping this. What's that wish? You go over it in your head like your Wendy's order 10 minutes before the close, like
Yeah, you
in
have
the drive-through,
you have
2
that
cars
scripted.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're
I've
talking
been thinking
about
about
a
it.
hypothetical situation and a fictional story. That's
Yeah.
twice removed reality. It works however you say it works.
Well, we don't know how it works though.
However the writers say.
Yeah.
They don't really discuss who died post second snap.
How much movie was there after the snap?
Well, the second Spider-Man movie is all post snap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And there's
I
not
haven't
like
seen-
people grieving for the space people?
They reference stuff like I came back and there was a different family living in my apartment.
Yeah, that's gonna
and
happen.
You have kids that were held back in school because they wanted to repeat the year that they were already in.
Mhm.
I'd say they're lucky to even be on Earth.
Okay,
So good for them.
that's nobody asked you that.
No, but I'm just thinking like the way I'm hearing it framed is like in the movie maybe this is like a sad thing.
it's awkward. What do you do when half of all the population returns after 5 years?
Yeah, dude, I
Say
just took,
count your blessings.
Yeah, but there's a logistical nightmare involved in that.
and has any
happening.
time passed for them?
No, that hasn't.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
They literally come back.
Not really. I
What-
hate
What
to
if
5
you're
years
like
ago.
your wife got snapped and now you have a baby with a new lady and your wife comes back with those 2 kids?
It's gonna make for a hell of a Jerry Springer episode.
What happens when like you get snapped is you were just unlocking the front door to your house, and as like post snap you come back and you're
And
still
Paradise,
unlocking the door.
California is burned down.
Oh god, yeah. You fall through where your second story balcony used to be.
So my question is, why are they continuing to make superhero movies when they could be making all these movies about all these
Honestly,
people
dude,
that
yeah.
are regular people who have come back post snap to all
I'd
these
love to
fucked
see the
up
recovery.
situations?
That would be a fantastic TV series,
Yeah.
of, like living in the post-snap world.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
My apologies to the
Somebody
people
get
of
on
Paradise, California.
Oof.
But that's where you started.
Well, they
That's your
say
pilot
comedy
episode.
is tragedy plus time.
Yeah.
So
What can't be
Time has
made fun
passed.
of yet?
I don't want to go there.
I'm
gonna say
that's
something
a bumpy.
wrong.
That's a-
Like
that's a-
right
that's
away,
a
I'm going to
bumpy-
say something wrong.
Everything can be made fun of if it's funny.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's an end of that argument.
Yeah.
I
We're all,
can't-
we're all thinking 9/11.
Yeah,
No, I
We're all
can't.
thinking 9/11.
Well, I can
Well.
never forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Except for Mike, he thought it happened in 2011.
Dude.
Seems like the 11's there.
So sometimes I forget that it's been as long as it has been, and I have to
Right?
think. I'm like, was that 11 or 01?
It's really
It's like
it's
seventh grade, man.
Yeah, I know,
it's really
right?
weird. It's defined our entire generation
Yeah.
and the one right behind us.
Yeah. But the kids that are graduating now, kids that are 18, they weren't born yet.
Yeah, no, like
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't that fucking
Yeah.
weird, dude?
yeah,
Like, if you're celebrating your 18th birthday today, you are a post 9/11 baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
In high school, I was in speech and debate, and I did a speech where I was talking about the tragedy of 9/11, thinking about humor being tragedy plus time. And
You would.
I took the stance of like, what a terrible loss it was, and trying to conjure up a sense of sentimentality. And then at the end, I revealed that I was talking about like the planes and the construction material and shit, and I got a talking to for that.
I bet.
Like a very severe talk. They did not think it was funny. So, at least at that time, you could not joke about it. I was quiet because I'm still a little bit ashamed of it.
Sure.
Because
So,
of
like
the feelings.
3 years after it happened, it was still in that environment not okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for some,
dude, they're still cleaning
reference
that
point.
shit up, man.
Yeah.
South Park made fun of it.
South Park is allowed to make fun of everything somehow.
Well,
They didn't do it.
Why
the
not?
next
they're
day.
funnier
Yeah.
than they're funny. They're funnier than Andrew.
That's true. Maybe that's
was
the
really
key.
funny.
Is they're just that
It
funny.
was really funny.
Yeah. Matt Stone, Trey Parker. Those are some funny dudes.
They really are.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about them taking acid?
I
and
was
going
just
to
gonna
the
bring that
award
up.
show?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Going to their, like their first award show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just getting super
That's a good
fucking
way to
high
do
on
it.
acid. Yeah.
And they wore dresses.
They wore
I do-
dresses,
I remember that. Yeah.
and
I
they were
remember that.
supposed to present an award as well. I think.
Oh, I forget at
Yeah.
this point.
Pretty
feel
sure.
like wearing the dress was the least scandalous thing they did.
Wasn't that for Bigger, Longer, Uncut? I think it was.
I have to be right.
Oh my God, that's so long ago.
Yeah.
We were just singing it on the balcony.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were.
that's true. It was fun.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Same. I
It's-
love musicals. It's one of my favorite musicals.
Yeah.
I don't like musicals, and it definitely is my favorite musical.
I saw, and the Book of Mormon is just.
I've only heard the music.
I've only heard the music
Oh,
from
yeah, me
it. I
too.
want to see it so bad,
Mhm.
but
I am sad I haven't seen that yet.
I
Well,
know.
if Cats is any indicator, eventually the Book of Mormon will be a movie.
Dude, that movie looks stupid.
Right, doesn't it?
It's so bad. I think that the how it should have ended for the Spider-Man movie talked a little bit about like post-snap stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It's just making the same connections, like what happened to a lot of these people.
Yeah.
Crossing the street and you get snapped back and you get hit by a bus or. Sorry, I'm still thinking about that.
No, it's that's fine, dude. It's fine.
I think that'd be good.
Dude, your
Netflix
dogs
series.
may have moved on. Like your dog
5
has a new
years
family, you know?
is an
Like,
eternity.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're sitting here going back to 2001, and
Yeah.
that's multiple 5 years.
Well,
For
none
those
of,
of those that aren't math savvy.
none of the cells on our bodies are the same as when they were when 9/11 happened.
Maybe none of yours. I keep mine around.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you're just throwing away perfectly good cells all the time.
It's not really an option.
You have a
It's not
problem.
up to me.
I might have a cell
I'm a
problem.
hoarder of cells.
I
just
got
keep
like
getting
a
more of them.
million.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got
At
a
least,
million,
yeah, you know.
You're missing some.
a few, dude. You're a few cells short.
Somebody is taking your cells. It could be Andy.
It might
So,
be.
Probably.
football season opened up today, and I watched a football game
Oh yeah, it was on the TV.
for the first time in several years. That wasn't the Super Bowl. It was enjoyable.
Even more
Wait,
exciting.
the season started before today.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it started Thursday, but come on, dude.
Because I watched the
Sunday's
Packers
opener.
play the Bears.
Packers and Bears.
That's not the fucking opener. Sunday's the opener. That's the. Well, I mean, technically, yes.
Started the
Yes.
season off with the Packers versus Bears. Is pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah. Well, you know, that's fine.
It was a dumb game, but
This game, the game that I watched was also. Well, it was a good defensive battle. So
did you actually watch a television with the game playing?
yes, on CBS's streaming channel, you can watch live local shit. So I watched the Bengals and the Seahawks play each other, and it was fun.
for free,
Yeah.
or because you have cable already.
No, because I have access to the streaming site.
Okay,
So it's a subscription service that
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
access to.
so it's not
Yeah.
free.
No.
Okay.
It is for me.
Right.
Yeah.
My
I didn't
mother
think
always
there was
said my
any
good
way
looks
to
would take
watch.
me places, and it's to free subscription sites.
I consume all the NFL games on YouTube, watching
Yeah.
highlight reels. It's the best way to watch the game. I can watch all the pertinent points of a stretched out, bloated TV spectacle in 7 to 15 minutes. It's amazeballs.
Yeah.
But
You know
I
what's
don't
even
know.
cooler than football? Drone racing. That happened today. There was a drone racing league event in like a baseball stadium, Chase Field in Arizona.
Like start of a season,
It's the drone racing league, so I'm assuming it's
the start of
an
their
event.
league.
Yeah. I don't know how far into their league, but it looked cool. The court, it's all fucking LED'd up. It's a spectacle.
You know, it's like drones.
Huh.
Frisbees. In which case, I watched the championship disc golf.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It popped up in my
Like
YouTube
televised?
feed. I don't
Oh,
even
okay.
know if it was this year's,
Mhm.
but it
Like
came
two
on.
people I know who are really into that.
I mean, I think disc golf is enjoyable to play.
Sure.
Taking it professional, I
Yeah.
guess. Sure.
I mean, it seems as fun as anything to play while you're getting day drunk.
Yeah.
I'm just not a frolfer.
The music thing I felt is that looking at the four guys that they're falling for the championship, you're looking at them like, yeah, you're all pot smokers.
Yeah.
They might look kind of semi-clean, but like their clothes don't fit as well as they should. And one of them's like tall, long-haired, and shaggy, and it's got that whole weird golf vibe going to it, where
They're
people
trying.
are holding up quiet signs. And they're teeing
Does it
off.
really?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It's
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Again, now I have a wonderful mental image of like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, all done up.
yeah. Put them in a golf polo.
Zoinks.
Did they have caddies?
No, they do carry their own
Oh no, they should have caddies with
Give it a year.
different- Yeah,
Give it a year or two.
what do
It's
they
not that-
carry?
They're different.
the
golf
various
discs. They're
discs.
different frisbees. Yeah.
Okay.
Drivers
Yeah.
and putters.
I just don't think they
and-
probably need a caddy for
Well,
that.
they don't. They're,
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that heavy. They literally have
Right.
a backpack.
Yeah.
But you haven't made it until you have a caddy, so
I guess it's true.
they need to get on it.
That's how you
Yeah.
know you've made it, when someone else is carrying your shit for you.
Josh, you want to hold this for me for a sec?
Absolutely not.
I want to make it though. Help me.
All right, fine. Just for a second.
Here, have a taste. It's
Have a taste.
it's some spicy lemonade.
It's a trick. He doesn't want you to taste it. He just wants you to carry it.
Oh, don't smell
For
it
our
first.
listeners, that lemonade is not spicy. He's lying. It's supposed to be. It claims cayenne.
This one's actually not the spicy lemonade. It's lemon ginger.
So it's,
It's all right.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
It's okay.
Pretty fucking healthy for you. It's a probiotic.
It's gonna help you poop.
Dude, okay, so we talked before about healthy poops and, the single wipers. Yes, 100%.
You've been in single wife territory lately, huh?
Mostly, yeah. Mostly. I definitely
I'm a little bit of peanut butter and jelly about that. I've
Right
been
away.
in wiping a Sharpie territory.
like wiping
so-
peanut butter and jelly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I get you. If I skip this a day, I go right back to regular poops, and man, it is fucking night and day difference. Night and day.
it's better than things that are against biotics. You don't
Yes.
want a con biotic.
No, not at all.
No, I'm definitely probiotic.
Yeah,
Mm.
big time. Are you guys ready?
Some will label me as a liberal, but I am probiotic.
I'm so
Yeah.
probiotic.
Very much so. Very much so.
I think biotics should make their own choice.
They are, and they are pro.
Yeah,
You know, and
they're
I'm
pro.
about ready to hear from Andy.
Yeah, are you guys ready to take a break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Break time.
Break time. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Hey everyone, Andy here. Just wanted to take a quick second to remind you guys that we can always be found on btpodcast.com, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Google Play Music, and anywhere else you might listen to your podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube a day later if that's your thing. We don't have video yet, but we would very much love to in the future. And of course, you can always help us get there by remembering to subscribe, like, comment, or review our podcasts anywhere you listen. But beyond all that stuff, I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank you all for listening, making the Balcony Time podcast part of your week. We love doing this for you, and our community has been so great to us. So give yourself a pat on the back, and I'll quit talking so you can get back to listening. Now back to the Balcony Time podcast.
I have not given too much thought about my Halloween costume. I liked my last year's. It was fun.
Well,
What were you last year? I forgot.
Andrew and I give a lot of thought to our
And we
costumes,
never do it.
and then it
And
never
so we
pans
gotta
out.
do it.
Yeah.
It never pans out.
So-
We're going to be Timon and Pumbaa last year. It was
Or-
going to be
Ooh,
that's a good
fantastic.
costume.
that is-
too.
Our
yeah.
top three choices are, so two are from the Venture Brothers. We got Hank and Dean. We could do Hank and Dean. We could do the Monarch and Dr. Girlfriend.
Dr. Girlfriend.
And I'd be the Monarch.
That would be pretty hilarious.
It'd be pretty fucking funny.
Plus, I get to dress like Hillary Clinton, and
Yeah.
when is that not
It'd
fun?
be great.
Was that you'd go like Jackie O style?
Oh,
yeah.
totally.
Fucking A, right.
And then, what was the last one?
I was kind of hoping to do,
Timon
like,
and Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa.
the see-through negligee. That
No, I'm classy.
so she.
So the
Yeah.
the kicker with the Timon and Pumbaa costume, we realized, is it has to be kind of homoerotic.
Very homoerotic.
I don't think it has to be, but I like it more.
My brain just went full stop. I am curious how you do a Timon and Pumbaa costume.
Tights, I think, are a big part of it.
So I think you have to be
I
in
was
skin
just
tight
going to
clothing.
And
wear
makeup?
a half tank top that said "No worries" across it, and I was going to shave my head into a mohawk.
So,
Okay.
so we could be trash Timon and Pumbaa. Is that-
Well,
You went
Dude.
gay with it. I don't know. That's pretty gay.
yeah.
I kind of love the
I was
like
thinking like
trailer trash Timon and Pumbaa.
And I was going to wear
That's fun.
bike shorts that had a tail, and
Some like black boots
Yeah.
with a heel.
it's going to be fun. Means no worries.
No worries on the back of his
Mhm.
like yoga pants.
right.
Or,
dude.
no worries on your shirt and then Hakuna
That's how
Matata.
on my yoga pants.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is good.
But I mean, do you like paint your skin?
Your
Do you go
faces, at
red
least.
for like Pumbaa.
I wasn't going to. I was just gonna like the Disney core. Gonna color match him.
What the fuck did you just say? The Disney core?
Well,
You
like
haven't heard of this?
yeah, so Disney won't let you dress up like characters when you go to Disneyland, so you just color coordinate like them.
I did not realize that that's where that stemmed from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just like a party theme thing.
Nope.
Interesting.
Now, if you guys could get like actual Timon and Pumbaa costumes and then like put like bondage gear on them or something, that'd be pretty good.
That'd be good.
That would be good.
I've got to wait until the day of.
So you gotta do a half-assed crab again.
Yes, dude.
The
Everybody loves the
impromptu-
dab crab.
The impromptu masterpieces.
The dab
Yeah.
crab could have been so much better.
Could have been so
though.
much better, but I tried and failed.
Like, it was a fantastic idea.
Yes, I tried and I failed. So I ended up with pipe cleaner coming out of my hat.
Sometimes you try and fail,
Yeah, I tried and failed, which I'm okay with.
which means you try harder next time.
Nah.
I'm gonna try same amount.
Hey,
No,
hey.
yeah, I did, and it worked out better. I was
You know what we should do?
Cotton Candy Randy,
Yeah.
which nobody understood
Nobody
the reference
that,
to,
yeah.
but I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Sounds
Now-
like carnival.
Now you
folk.
did you make the dab crab up, or is that a thing?
I made the dab crab up. I just saw that it rhymed, and at the time that like EDM crab song was popular.
Okay.
You know what song I fucking hate right now?
Hmm.
I bet you could name it.
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Really?
Oh my god!
I didn't. Man. Okay.
I fucking nailed it in one.
All right.
I was at Walmart and I could hear it just playing off of something in the children's toy section.
I have still never heard Baby Shark.
I
I
didn't
just know people hate
what
it.
it was until last week.
Mhm.
Isn't
when
it just like
fucking-
that camp song?
Baby shark do 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 do.
Yes,
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
that's the song.
Oh, okay.
It's everywhere.
Why?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I've only
That's
heard
weird.
the song described and sung. I've never heard the song.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It was
you're
in
in for
a
a
car
treat.
commercial the other day.
Really?
Yeah, they were talking about how you're like these two adults are listening to Milkshake Brings All My Boys to the Yard, and they have two young kids in the back, and they're like, oh, and then it pans back to the kids, and they have headphones on, they're listening to their own DVD thing, and it cuts to what they're listening to, and it's the fucking Baby Shark song.
Mhm.
Lame.
It's so annoying.
I want to touch on the Halloween costume thing again. So, you wanted to do the shout out to that dude in Switzerland, right? Who was listening to us in Switzerland?
Oh yeah, yeah.
If-
our fans.
How about our fan in Switzerland picks our fucking Halloween costume between those three?
We have a Swiss fan.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So hey, out there, Swiss fan, if you're listening,
Would
you get to pick Josh and I's Halloween costume between those three.
Yeah,
And-
we've got 3 total listens in Switzerland.
Oh, that's
Wow.
fun.
So I'm assuming it's one person.
Okay.
Yeah, and a listener in Germany
We want to keep
and in
the
Australia.
Swiss
So 2 in
Swiss
Germany,
listener
3 in
for
Switzerland.
some reason. I don't know why.
Man.
Oh, because we
'Cause
were
it's
just
cool.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And, the Swiss
Hit us
Swiss
up
listener.
with those freaking what do we have? Twitter?
We have Twitter. We've got Facebook. You can leave comments on the videos on btpodcast.com.
All right.
Man,
Yeah.
drop us a line, man.
Yeah.
Let's find out
You
who
can you can email us at balconytimepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, tell us what to dress up as in a few weeks.
Tell us what you like, don't like about the podcast.
Yeah.
Give us some topics to talk about.
No, really. I mean, any feedback is good feedback.
Russ will tell you how you're wrong.
Well, honestly, yeah. Tell us.
No, I
Tell us
mean,
if you
yeah.
hate it. You know, like there's YouTube comments. We're on YouTube as well. It's a static image now. We want to do video in the future, but
Okay.
Oh, that would
plenty of
be-
places to get a hold of us.
That
Yeah.
would be fun.
I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll get our phones will explode with notifications if somebody leaves a comment. Or
our
something.
phones will explode from Sarah.
They'll,
She's been very vocal and a huge supporter, man.
yeah, she mostly retweets us
That's fine.
for the most part. No,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying that at all.
Yeah.
Just I think I get most of my notifications from Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook Analytics actually is what's killing me. I had to turn
Oh,
off notifications for
yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
multiple times a day. If you spent $20,
Yeah.
you get all these. I'm like, fuck off.
Dude, believe me, I've still got mine on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bit much.
It can be, but
I mean-
it helps.
Sure.
You know. Yeah.
Last year, Andrew, I was Marshall Lee, which was the gender bent version of Marceline, the Vampire Queen from Adventure Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched that show.
I'm almost finished with it. It's the last 3 seasons have been so good. I mean,
Last
the whole show.
year, I got a bunch of paint swatches, all of the gray color, and taped them to a shirt. And I went as 50 Shades of Gray. But unfortunately, there were too many drunk people, and how I taped the paint swatches, it kind of looked like armor. So I kept getting asked if I was a shitty knight.
I'm looking at a picture
You should just paint it
of a
yourself.
man with a blue beanie fuzzy green eyebrows and a handlebar mustache and a big pink cotton candy beard.
Yeah.
Holding a knife.
That's Cotton Candy Randy. That's who I went for Halloween as last
He
year.
That's a
did
really
nail
funny picture.
The Cotton Candy Randy ruined his shower in the process.
Yeah, oh my god, dude.
What,
Yeah.
did you use cotton candy?
No.
Okay.
I used cotton.
Okay.
Yeah, I used cotton. I formed it and then painted it to keep it.
Oh, it wasn't that one that ruined it. It was the sparkle hat.
Oh my god.
The glitter
So
hat.
still to this day, there is glue that will not come off from the bottom of my tub because I used like Elmer's spray adhesive to get glitter all over my hat for our New Year's party a couple years ago.
We had to wear something sparkly.
Don't
Oh
tell
my
your
god.
landlord.
No, I don't think he cares anyways. But I've used so many different cleaning products and scrubbing and
Did you try more glue?
No. Huh.
Plus,
the key.
adhesive isn't the worst thing that's been on the bottom of that tub.
Right.
True facts. True facts. It was horse blood.
Use the same thing you used to get the horse blood out.
Well, the horse blood came out pretty easy.
Yeah, it wasn't sticky.
You gotta
it
use
was
snake's
fine.
blood for that.
It was
Well,
more
it was a ritual
slippery.
sacrifice, so the demon does most of the cleaning.
Exactly. Yeah, I
forgot
mean,
about-
most of the blood gets seeped up through the walls anyways.
I thought it was just for your natural horse mask company. You were
Well, that's
going with.
that's for this Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for
I
this
am
Halloween.
substantially surprised that no one has attempted to startle me with one of the horse
I
masks.
want
Yeah.
one. So I love the horse mask. It's one of my favorite things.
It's been like 15 years at least since
Yeah.
that like came out, and it was a constant threat.
Yeah.
Because horses.
I don't want to get accidentally punched. You know,
But you got a lot of rubber on the front of the mask that, like, if I go to try to punch in front of a horse, it's not even going to hit you.
Yeah,
It'll
maybe.
It's going
absorb
to
the
bend your
blow.
mask. And I'll then be doubly terrified because then you're an invulnerable horseman.
So I get punched in the face then. Yeah. Oh no, he's got floppy face. Just
I don't have a
He's
a
all the
scare
worst parts of a
reflex that is
centaur.
punching.
I do, man. I am so much more fight than flight.
That's not flight either. It's just like
Well, yeah, but I'm okay. So I'm so much more fight when I get scared. One of my instant knee jerk reactions is to like hit somebody. Like
I don't have that.
I have
Yeah.
done like elbow jabs to girlfriends because they came up behind me and like tried to tickle my side and that kind of stuff.
That stuff to me is like it's like when you tap your kneecap kind of thing reaction. It's not
reflex.
It's not that I'm going to throw an elbow. It's that I'm jerking my arms back because I'm startled.
My reflex is to get it away, essentially. Like
Yeah,
bap
but
it.
Throwing a punch would be
Maybe a
it's
little
like
bit
going up
extreme.
into like a ready stance or anything like that.
Well, that's why I actually don't walk to work and from work anymore, is because I get accosted by like 100 bums on the way home for a cigarette, you know, or
it's
money.
impressive for like 100 yards.
Dude, it's ridiculous how many fucking people. Because at night they set up camp like all across that sidewalk, all
Oh.
like in front of the businesses.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because like everything is closed. We're one of the last things to close except for the Ross. And everything else other than like Guadalajara, I think, is closed.
It's all covered over there.
Dude, yeah, they put up tents and shit. Yeah, so no, I
Seriously?
yeah,
I'm gonna drive by
So-
after I leave here. Take a look at that shit.
the amount of times that there are like hypodermic needles, just like tons of them out in that parking lot, is just ridiculous.
We've talked about that you and I
Yeah.
before.
Mm-hmm. And it's just gotten real bad. But the last time, so my initial defense for combating people trying to, you know, talk me out of money or a cigarette or whatever, was to throw in earbuds, because I figured they'd see the earbuds or I wouldn't respond and they'd just leave me alone. No, instead they started like coming up and like trying to touch my shoulder or get my attention by touching.
That's not okay.
And that's when I was like, no, I dude, because I almost punched a fucking homeless person. I'm like, oh, Jesus,
In
just
a
out of fright.
scenario where I'm already
Tense.
heightened for danger,
Yeah.
I'd be more likely to swing.
Yeah, I almost went for the swing, and I'm like, you know, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too
be
tense.
bopping around my house. Someone jumps around the corner
Yeah,
or
sure.
something. I'm not.
Wear
throwing
your guards
punches.
down and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, no, it
So scare context matters.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
I think the frighteningness of like if you're wearing a scary mask of some variety might incite a more hostile reaction. But I think most of the time my body's just trying to process what is happening first before it makes a decision on whether or not
That's
it has
where
to
I'm normally at.
run or
I think when I'm startled, my first instinct is to like
take that
hide and
second look.
assess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I make a lot of noise. It's loud.
Back.
It's high pitched.
See, mine's to like
I'm gonna
push it
drive
away.
Yeah,
Mine is actually to like
I'm
move
gonna
it.
Sonic attack it. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the horse heads. I don't know why.
Well, see, that's what I need to do. Is if I
They're
want to walk home
creepy.
from work, just wear a horse head.
They're creepy, but I don't have any sort of like past horse trauma.
I was bit by a pony once. I don't like horses either.
Well, we have. I mean, there's problems with horses. Deceptive faces,
Long, deceptive faces.
permanent shoes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of commitment for a shoe.
It is a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
I watched a guy shoe a horse on YouTube. I just fucking YouTube, man.
Yeah.
I get to see stuff that
Yeah,
I
you've
on my
never seen.
like in my entire life probably would have never seen before.
Absolutely.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll just click on random stuff sometimes. I'm like, you know what? I do want to take. I watched a 35-minute video of I think a Scotsman make a wooden pail.
Me?
So what's your go-to search in YouTube? Like, if you're just bored and you got nothing to do, what do you type into the YouTube search?
I
for?
rarely search.
Yeah, I don't
YouTube.
search.
You just go from the
Whatever's on
recommended?
like the home page. But
Okay.
recently it's been Crash Course for me. I've been eating up them Crash Courses.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't feel like I retain the crash course information well enough that it's coming at me too fast, especially as they get into topics that I know require a slower
groundwork.
approach. Yeah, like they're heady topics and they're cramming them like a lot of info.
Put
into,
that
like,
back.
A
5
lot of the
minutes.
history ones, I'm able.
history ones. I can see that.
yeah.
Yeah, because you can cover the the highlights. Did you guys see that? You watched? I'm gonna butcher this. Kyrgyzstats. Yeah, my
Kurtzagots.
Kurtzagots?
Kurtzagots.
You ever watch those videos?
No.
I think you probably have. Give them, at least show them what the animation style is for Kurtz.
Is that nope?
If you just go Kurt, there it is. It's the third one down.
Yeah.
Well, that's
What? I have tiny little baby arrow keys.
tiny keyboards.
Yeah.
So that animation style, you've never seen any of those?
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay, I figured.
I have
figured.
not.
These are fantastic.
They're great.
Okay.
World War Ant was lovely.
I blew
haven't
my
watched that
mind.
one.
I did not know
Right?
that there are that many ants.
It's
There's a lot-
incredible.
There's a lot of fucking ants.
Yeah,
There's a lot
turns
of
out.
fucking ants,
So-
dude.
Isn't their biomass greater than the biomass of like every
Their
other
bio-
living
Yes,
thing?
yeah.
Their
Yeah.
biomass is a measurable weight of the planet itself.
So my go-to YouTube is insects.
Yeah.
I love watching insects fight, and I love watching documentaries about insects for some reason.
Weren't at one point we could talk about the praying mantis world star? Like,
Right?
Yeah.
So
Bug fights,
I
man.
have seen a number of documentaries about ants, and that shit's nuts.
that's fun.
Yeah.
So they talk about ants specifically in one of these videos.
Is that one right there? The World War of the Ants.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to watch that later tonight.
Um,
Alright.
he just did the egg. Did anybody else watch that?
Is that about
No.
the
No, I wanted
homunculus?
to check that out.
No.
Oh,
It's actually just a short story. It's a philosophical, what is an afterlife scenario.
oh, interesting.
It was. I don't want to spoil anything because you guys haven't seen it. It would have been a great one. Maybe next week we'll talk about it.
Ooh.
Homework.
Yeah, you got some homework if we remember.
I'm really disappointed that Vsauce isn't making regular videos anymore.
Does he not?
I
feel like
miss
that's
those,
just-
man.
Is that the space lobster guy?
No, that's the oatmeal.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Gibbers.
Gibbers craps.
Vsauce is usually somebody that he's a guy, Michael something. He has like he used to have a regular show, at least like
we talked physics. And
science or
Weird
philosophy.
math things.
Yeah, or like correlating, something scientific with something philosophic.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
really good content for the most part. He has probably my favorite video on YouTube.
Speaking of which, we should, at some point we got to get Mike on here, and I want to hear him rant about the electric universe.
Yeah, sure.
That seems like a good subject to get him.
Yeah.
The electric universe.
You're not aware of the electric universe?
I mean, in
the
the
theory of the electric universe?
Oh,
I
I've
think
seen that guy.
no.
Yeah, of course you have. I mean, he's got a huge following.
He's an internet. He's one of them internets.
Is this
He's
something
an
I should
internet,
check out?
Yeah, that's why I knew you'd seen
Oh, big time.
Kyrgyzstats,
Big time.
because he's one of the internets.
So the unfortunate thing is he's gone to YouTube Premium, so the paid-for version of YouTube.
Well, that's why he's not making videos.
With a show called Minefield. He has the option to, but he spends so much time producing these that he's opted to do these just like, 13 episodes or whatever during a year
Sell out.
instead of doing his regular stuff. Well, Minefield is actually really, really good.
Everyone should sell out. I mean, that's the
Yeah, I agree.
that's-
I don't fault
That's
him.
the dream.
yeah.
You stupid son of a bitch, making more money for the work that
Get
you
your
do.
piece of the pie.
100%.
Just don't fuck people over in the process.
And he delivers quality content, and throwing some money at him hasn't hurt. I'm trying to find the name of the video here that's like one of my favorite ever.
Well, while you're looking for that,
He looks like if Steve Carell and the Apple guy had a kid.
the Apple guy.
Steve
Steve
Jobs.
Who died? Yeah.
So the
No, I
Steve-
know. God damn it! I knew who he was talking about.
Where's
I
Mask?
wanted to run with some sort of anthropomorphic Apple man.
Oh, my bad.
And make Andy describe who the Apple guy was.
He's round and yellow.
Yellow's your go-to for Apple guy?
I
There it
like
is.
yellow apples or
Oh,
green apples rather. It's like a yellow green.
No,
Nope.
no,
green.
it's green.
So it's Vsauce's messages for the
it is
future.
green.
Messages for the future. That nothing has really blown my mind more than this video. It's
Messages for the
amazing.
future.
Yeah, so Carl Sagan and a bunch of other scientists and NASA dudes all put together like a disc that we put on.
Oh yeah, the
NASA
report,
dudes
the,
and
Mhm.
space
the gold
bros.
disc,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gold disc, right? So a lot of it has to do with that. Has to do with
The
we've been
Joseph
shooting.
Smith plates.
We've been shooting radio waves into space for years now, and you know how far they've traveled, and the potentials that in the far future another race could find them, or whatever the situation may be. Maybe that's how we catalog history if something cataclysmic were to happen to Earth. Lots of cool stuff. But towards the end is where he blows your fucking mind. And I don't want to spoil it because I think everybody should watch it.
All right, I'll check it out.
But definitely check it out because like this guy's content is always pretty stellar. But that one in particular, dude, I watch it pretty regularly.
That one's not on premium YouTube.
Messages for the
Nope.
Future by Vsauce.
Yeah.
Take some time. Check it out.
He talks about something called the Library of Babel towards the end, and it's just crazy,
I don't even like to think about that. I'm
right? I mean,
it hurts.
dude,
It
it
hurts.
kind of hurts a little bit.
Is that in a reference to the Tower of Babel?
No, it's a reference to a computer archive
Mhm.
of everything that Will has been written.
Or said.
Well, I guess there's only so many words.
Yeah, and there's complete documentation now of what could
through
or has
math.
been said.
Am I spoiling it?
No, I still think it's worth watching, even with the brief explanation that we give it, because I mean he goes
Through
into fine detail.
mathematics, through a system that they've built, you can search for any phrase that could possibly be spoken, and it will already exist in this archive.
Yeah. So the words have been written. My
I don't
name
know.
is Andy.
R/new sentences could
Nope.
give it a run for the money, maybe.
Nah. No.
It can't be.
Well, we can compare them later.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I'm down because it's crazy.
You could literally let's just do it. Just go to the Library of Babel. We'll just show them that this is. It's so bad.
Is this sort of based on that like idea that you put some monkeys in front of typewriters and eventually they're gonna write Shakespeare or produce Hamlet or whatever?
I
like
hate that metaphor, but it could be
that there's
similar
only like
vein.
so many combinations of letters and words that eventually you're gonna come up with something that makes sense.
Sort of.
Okay. I don't have my glasses.
So
on.
at this location in the Library of Babel, it has already been written on page 16 of 410. My name is Josh. I won't say your last name, and I am it fucked up there. 32 years old, and fuck you.
It doesn't include numbers. There's no numbers.
Oh, that's
in it.
right. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not. It's not
I am
numeric.
years old and fuck you, huh?
It's in there.
It's
What'd you
already
type in?
written.
You typed that in.
That's what I typed.
Well, because you typed it, of course it's already written.
No, it's already written.
No, but you were typing it, so
Yeah.
yes, it's already
It
written.
was
'cause
written.
you
It was
typed
written in the Library of Babel before. Like it is a searchable. I am searching. I am doing a search through the Library of Babel.
Wait, you just searched for. Well, but because you typed it to search for it, you typed it. So yeah,
Okay. Well, watch Messages for the Future.
Type monkey tits bang octopus pussies. Let's give it something it can really try.
We know just based on the mathematics.
But you're
that it's
typing
been
it.
Said.
You're typing it right now and then searching for it. So it's automatically logging it in there as you're typing and searching
That's
for it.
kinda
So
like where
anything
I'm
you
at.
search for is automatically going to be in there, right?
No.
No.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
So this.
All right.
So it's in.
Did it find my sentence?
Yes.
It did. Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't
Okay.
see.
Yeah, it did. So the book you were reading was Volume 8 on Shelf 2 of Wall 3.
Let's read the rest of that story about monkey banging.
Yeah.
There's no story.
Show me the next sentence then.
Yeah, what's the next sentence?
Okay, hold on.
It's just going to be gibberish.
What's the thing before that? I want to see that gibberish.
Okay.
Oh, it seriously is just letters?
Yeah.
So it is like the Shakespeare thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's just numbers. If you have infinite...
So you said numbers weren't allowed in?
No, the system's built on the mathematics of what can be said.
And yep.
It's... I mean, I don't... because
I'm
I literally
dubious.
can't understand this.
Yeah,
I don't
I
understand
don't.
it.
That
I'm
doesn't.
dubious right now.
So it's hard to explain it because I don't...
But
I
you were
myself-
buying the homunculus shit we were watching earlier. You're dubious.
He
of
was.
There was
this.
video of it.
Oh. Okay. So watch Messages for the Future. There's videos of Library of
Oh,
Babel.
I will watch
Just-
it. I'm-
He does a better
I'm-
job of
I'm
of a-
interested.
So
Yeah.
I think with the math behind it, when he explains the math, you'll just understand that everything that could and has been said is already written in the Library of Babel.
It kind of I don't know. That makes sense to me. There's only so many words and
Yes.
only so many ways they can
And
be
this is
put
just
together
making every
and-
combination of those. And you will find the combination of letters that we write down in the Library of Babel.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is the page that my sentence was on?
No, I can't find it because I'm retarded.
Okay.
Um,
no, I'll look for
Dude,
it
you
later.
can't say that anymore.
Oh, that's true. I'm an asshole.
You can
Well,
say
well,
it.
I think
We'll
it was
just get yelled
page
at.
8, wasn't it?
Well, what are you supposed to say?
Monkey, tits, fuck octopus, or something.
Pussy.
Gay.
I don't feel like that's correct either.
I think you can't call people
Oh,
retarded.
we're
you
talking
have to call
about-
them
yeah.
gay.
Like happy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Or like cigarettes?
Right, I'm pretty sure. Like,
ignorance is
I
bliss.
might be getting
so-
confused with this PC culture. Something like that. Like, you know.
I don't know how to browse this because I'm not smart enough.
I'll look at it later.
Yeah, check it out.
We'll just watch the video.
watch the video.
Oh, I'm going to find my sentence, and I'm going to read my story about...
Totally.
Monkey tits
Okay.
and
Your story's
octopuses.
going to be a bunch of letters crammed together.
Yeah, just like what we were looking at.
Yeah. Big old block of nonsense. It's humans
So-
that give
Did it-
meaning
so-
to the phrases being spoken that matters.
So, is it that it's just finding letters that are sequential and then removing certain letters to
It
make
doesn't.
my sentence?
It does
No.
not remove stuff out.
Okay.
The library.
Somewhere
The library
in
is
there.
written.
Those exist in that combination. Saying it's like if you had
Okay.
every possible combination of a 1 million digit number, at some point you'll find the combination that you're looking for within that, right? Does that help?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's doing. It's like I said, it's hard to grok.
Yeah, no, it's a bit mind-boggling.
Yeah. That's honestly why I don't
It's a
think I've watched a
twisty-
lot of Vsauce movies, is
It's a
because
twisty road to walk.
a lot of
down,
them
you
end
know?
on kind of a bummer note.
A lot of them do. So I don't think that they're necessarily a bummer. A lot of them just make you feel small.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Well, I mean,
I don't mind that.
Sometimes it's good
If
to
you
keep
think
that in
about-
perspective, but
it's hard not to feel small if you think about not yourself for
Well,
a second.
yeah.
you know?
As
I
soon as you
mean,
think about the universe,
as soon as you, we're on a rock hurtling through space
Yeah.
in a cloud of dust, also hurtling through space.
right?
we're hurling through an infinite nothingness that keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
Nothingness keeps getting
Yeah.
bigger. Like,
How do
what
you
is that? What
how,
does that even?
how do you not feel small and insignificant?
I always do, and I'm
Right.
okay with it. Yeah.
I mean, I've made peace with an aspect of it. It's because we as freaking monkey creatures can compartmentalize that shit so it doesn't debilitate us.
It's all about frame of reference.
Yeah.
Put it in the back of the mind.
I put it at the front of my mind often.
How disappointed were the dinosaurs when they didn't make the ark?
Their
You
brains
know.
were
I was thinking about it. I was
Pretty
like,
bummed.
I wanted to come up with like a religious retort to
Yeah.
Res, like, wow. And then I was just thinking about it. It's like, man, unicorns and
Well,
dinosaurs didn't make the Ark journey.
they couldn't let the dinosaurs on the ark because they would have sank it.
Yeah, true.
Dinosaurs way too much.
They're heavy.
Do you know how big that ark would have been to fit those fuckers on there?
Yeah.
You have to be this small to ride the ark.
So you guys ever fall into the trap of like top 10s in YouTube, top 5s or whatever?
Top 10 bug
Regrettably
fights. Yeah.
often.
All the time. So I got sucked into that last night, and it was like top 10 creatures that you would never want to come back, Jurassic Park style.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Okay.
there was some scary shit back in the day, and not even that like far removed from us.
There's scary shit in the ocean right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but I mean, it got a lot scarier back then.
Yeah.
Like
give us one of the critters.
Megalodon.
Yeah, okay.
For the ocean, you wouldn't want that coming back, right?
No. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, they're super cool.
Yeah, what if they had the demeanor of like a whale?
They could have. I mean,
Cool, man.
we may have not been enough food for them to bother with. They
Yeah.
had bigger fish to fry.
Megalodon. Mega meaning vastly huge, and Adon meaning monster.
you're out of your element.
No, it just means huge cock. Megalodon, dude.
Megalodon. Dude, we need to get shirts. Just like it looks like a megalodon, but it's just like a floppy, flaccid penis
Floppy.
on with like a little tail and feet.
I'm into it. I'm into
my
it.
God.
I'm into it.
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
Definitely don't want
Halloween
that coming back.
Just means monster cock.
Yeah, no, I actually went to one of the clickbait websites just like the other day. It's one of those like, what does this celebrity look like now?
Mhm.
I'm like, I clicked on it. And I'm like, I know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
But you want to know.
I want to know
And then sometimes you want to know your superhero name.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The quiz has 100 questions and you get the same thing as your friend.
I haven't done a quiz
I do
in
quizzes.
years.
Dude,
In years.
quizzes are stupid to do. I don't know why I do them. Like, all you're doing is just giving another company more information about you and permission to view everything on your page. Dude, there's so many that these are the ones that I don't understand people falling for. Is it's like, we can best guess your profession based on the music that you listen to. It's like, none of your answers matter. They just looked at your fucking Facebook page where you list your profession, dipshit.
I didn't even realize you were referencing quiz on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I actively avoid using Facebook.
That's good. It's probably for the best.
I know I can't get rid of it because I want to stay in touch with my family. But at the very least, I refuse to use it as much as possible.
Sure. That being said, make sure you come and like the Balcony Time Podcast Facebook page. That's
Yeah,
where
no
everybody
judgment.
should be.
That's the safest place to be on Facebook.
100%, man. Yeah, we barely post anything, so you're safe.
We also don't want to know where your location is.
Yeah, we don't
well,
give a
I mean,
fuck, unless you're
well,
in
I
Switzerland.
mean,
little
yeah,
bit.
unless you're in Switzerland or
Yeah.
all the
unless we find it interesting.
yeah, you're an analytic. It's just hey,
It's a slippery
Swiss guy.
slope. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
We're just interested in where you live because it's interesting.
well, I just find it fascinating that you can just find that information.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, the internet makes the world a very small place.
It does, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah. It's weird.
So, how far back in time do you have to go to pull somebody out to bring them to this future for like to completely blow their minds?
1999.
No.
Dude, okay, the smartphone was still a pipe dream.
Yeah, but they saw that shit on Star Trek, so
My dad
Like-
had to use a payphone last week.
Yeah.
what?
He actually,
Those are still a thing?
It's something I did see on Facebook. He made a Facebook post about it. He like forgot his phone and needed to call home, so he had to he found a payphone and tried to use it. And I think at the very end of the ordeal, it cost him like $36 for a 3-minute call.
Wow.
Because he had to
Oh,
call
collect.
Yeah.
Ouch, dude. Wow.
Do you remember that old
We
that
had a
old
baby
collect
pizza
call?
boy.
Yeah, remember that old client? I'm at the movie theater. Pick me up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that classic.
It's Bob, we oughta baby eats a boy.
Yeah.
We had a baby.
Yeah.
It's a boy.
Bob, we oughta baby eats a boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
We were talking about that at work the other day about the younger, like how young you have to be to not remember something obscure like that from our upbringing, like the 10-10 fad.
Mm-hmm.
10-10-3-2-1,
Yeah,
10-10-1-2-3.
10-10-2-20.
Oh yeah.
Just all of those.
CALLATT. Yeah.
They, like, would they even understand like
No.
why
Yeah.
that was a thing? Because even then, when it was going on, it was still like the fringes of being pushed into obscurity.
Mhm.
Because that was when the transition was starting to happen. I think
Yeah.
to no fees for calling like across the country and
Mhm.
stuff like
I
that.
feel like I may have brought this up in the past week, but I'm not sure. But there's a couple of funny videos of like younger kids using older devices,
how kids
Oh,
react
yeah.
stuff.
and
Mhm.
one of them was a rotary phone.
Mhm.
I
that's
don't know if
cool.
we talked about that, but I saw that video.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
the parents
Kids react.
give
Right.
them. Well, this was like just parents give them a rotary phone, and their challenge is to
I know
like,
that
dial
video
this
too.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they have like 5 minutes to figure out how to
Mhm.
dial this number.
Did they?
No.
No, like barely after time. but
Wow.
Yeah, they were like, it was funny trying to watch them figure out how.
I
this
don't
thing
think
functioned.
they succeeded.
Not
I
in
think,
time.
No.
I
no.
think that they were grasping the concept of what
Yeah.
needed to be done, but there was certain like they weren't sure if the phone had to be hung up. They didn't
Mhm.
know if it like
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is a
Okay.
bizarre concept to me because
Right?
I learned
Well, think
at a
about-
very young age,
oh yeah.
you know, how to use a
Think
rotary
about it this
phone.
way. Nowadays on a phone, you never hear a dial tone.
Yeah.
On a cell phone,
Mhm.
you don't hear a dial tone.
Right? Because, I mean, it's not an open
Yeah.
connection.
You have to use a landline.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean that's and like so I still have an interaction with the landline through like
Yeah,
work.
With my work, I regularly use a.
So anybody that
landline,
works
so-
like restaurants, you're
office.
constantly
Sure, yeah.
have a phone with.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to. Okay, this is
Usually in a restaurant, though, you're not calling out. To be fair.
yeah, but I mean, you get people that like when they hang up.
In
that's
my
true.
job, I dial out frequently, but it's hit 9. You know, it's a
Mhm.
you know a lot of networks, so it's hit 9, but that doesn't give me dial tone.
I do want to make a point for anybody that's listening. Let's just keep the flag waving high to let restaurants know that their menu should be on a website.
Yeah,
And Facebook is not a company website.
That's
Yep.
correct.
Mhm.
Do
It's
not.
you cannot find any pertinent information that people are looking for when you just host your business on Facebook. Knock it off. Pay the $10 a month and get just it literally could just be text. Tell me when you're open, what's your phone number, and give me a menu.
if the Balcony Time podcast can afford a website,
Yeah.
so can your
So can
local,
your restaurant.
even your local diner, for sure.
You can take half a day on a weekend to figure out how to put that information online.
Oh man, they just make it so easy now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like normally it's like I'll find the website in the Google search and I'm looking for that website button so I could click it. And if I get redirected to Facebook, I'm just instantly angry at you.
Well, didn't you know somebody that designed menus for websites and did it relatively cheaply?
Well, so Ty at work
Yeah.
would redesign websites and menus and stuff for
Mhm.
people. He was doing that while he worked for us as like a side gig. But no, him and I talked about doing a side business of just going around and offering that service
Yeah.
to restaurants to be like, hey, look, for this flat fee, I will build your base website, get your information up there. And then you have to start asking yourself some serious questions like, are you going to maintain it?
Right.
Are you going to keep in contact with that business? Can they call you up?
Yep.
Are you responsible for it? Because at the end of the day, you know, they're going to need stuff like menu changes and hour changes. But I don't know. I haven't had a customer-facing job in a long time.
Being so I've thought about that a lot. Being multiple people's site admins and stuff, that's got to be just a nightmare job.
I think it could be, but like if you revolved your whole business around just managing like restaurant websites, you could probably set things up nice and cleanly.
Sure,
to where
but
it'd be easy for you to pop into people's stuff.
it's that kind of thing where it has to be a full-time job the moment you get a customer. You can't do anything else.
How often does a restaurant need website support?
It
Not
depends on what the
often.
demand is.
That's where I was like, you would have to be setting things up to where like this is a bare bones service.
Mhm.
This is literally just to get you a web presence that's not a Facebook website, which
Yeah.
you know is fairly static.
Yeah.
You would hope you would let them know when they're signing up for your service that it's static.
They're still going to want their special of the day up. They're still going to want their
Right,
special of the
tell 'em
week
now.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have, but at the very least, you got to show them.
How to.
Well, it's the
Do the
upgraded
basics.
package.
But then again, their needs increase. I mean, you basically can't do anything else except for run people's sites at that point. You know, you have multiple clients. You gotta
But
be
the thing is,
updating
these
that shit
days, like
regularly.
I feel like a lot of times you might even be able to just make quick edits to their websites on your phone.
Probably, yeah.
Like
Mhm.
if, depending on what service
For
you sign up
real.
for.
Oh, yeah.
Like so you just be during the day and stuff doing whatever you're doing, and one of the businesses is like,
Yeah.
hey, we need a change on this price, and you just be like, phone up. Boop,
Most-
boop, boop.
Yeah, most site creators have apps now. You know,
So I think it's still worth looking into. Might be a decent side gig.
yeah, it wouldn't be terrible. It's got some weird logistics that you'd have to get through, but I mean, we're smart people.
Yeah, and I'm literally just it's such a cheap service.
Mm-hmm.
It'll literally just be like maybe a one-off. You get it
Yeah.
up and going, and then if they wanted you to come back, they'd pay you another one-off fee to make an edit.
Sure.
But I know from talking to people like that you can quickly start heading into waters that are a nightmare dealing with customer needs.
Yeah. Especially just needy small operations, you know, store owners, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Fuck the company that ever stumbled upon the advertising as the customer is always right.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because that's what that
yes.
is. That's what it is. At one point, I forget who I was talking with this about before, but you know that's the origination. The origination?
Mhm.
Am I
The
saying that
origin?
right?
The origin.
It's origin, but I forget, like,
The originator? I don't know. Origination. I like it.
it
Roll with
seems
it.
like a word, but it also
It's
seems like a
origination.
non-word.
I don't think is a word, but
I'm pretty sure
origin
it
is
is.
a word.
I know origin is,
Yeah.
but okay. Anyways, the origination. Why is that bothering me so much? Would have to have been an advertising scheme by some company. You think about it.
The beginning or creation of something is origination.
Have it say it. I want to hear it.
Origination.
That's okay.
All right.
Don't know where that was buried in my lexicon. You had some company at some point. It's like, come to us, where the customer is
It's
always
always
right.
right.
Mhm.
You know, and somehow that has become a business philosophy, right?
Yeah.
A customer service philosophy.
Mhm.
And it's fucking bullshit.
And
100%.
that day, Karen thought, you know what I am?
Yeah.
I'd be curious. Do a quick search to see if there's like a origin of the customer is always right. See if anybody ever tracked this down.
Years ago, I was working in a restaurant, sort of like a corporate atmosphere, and they brought in a general manager to open up this new location. And off the bat,
Yep, I knew it.
right off the bat, he had this philosophy of like, you know, the customer comes in, they're coming into our house. You know, it's like the menu is the way it is. There are guests, you know, and when guests come over, they're not rude. So that's our idea.
Yeah.
I loved working for him. He lasted 3 months.
Mhm.
Oh man,
Great manager, but it's just a philosophy that doesn't fly here for some reason.
it is literally this philosophy of the customer is always
Yeah.
right that has flipped the hospitality situation.
And what
on
sucks
its
is that we
head.
live in a place where you can find what you want. And so if you're dissatisfied with the service or food or whatever in one restaurant, go to another one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that easy.
Right.
And that's probably why businesses have picked up that philosophy, is because they want to always be
The number one choice.
The
bending
place you think
over
of.
for the customer so that they can get that customer's services, which
The
means that you've lost the sight of like you should be retaining customers based on the quality of the product you're
Exactly.
selling.
the real fucked up thing though is like, as far as in customer facing positions, usually you're willing to bend over backwards for the nice customer.
Sure.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
If somebody's nice, of course, I'm
Yeah.
going to try to help them out. That's just common courtesy,
Right.
But you see where this breaks down is when you have somebody that's coming to you disrespectfully,
Mm-hmm.
and you still are expected in some businesses to continue to treat them in a respectful manner when they're being disrespectful.
Yep. In my line of work, the thing people come in to do is yell at somebody. That's what they want to do.
Well, they come in upset.
Yeah, they come in
that's what I
upset.
say, which they have a problem, they're coming for a solution.
But some people can't accept the fact that all of their problems are their fault,
oh yeah,
and they want to blame you. They need somebody to blame for it. So they come in and, despite not having to do anything with the problem, we are to blame, or they will find some way to blame.
and see that's why I hate, because you work for a corporate business where you
Yeah.
get in trouble if you were shooting straight with
No,
the customer.
Fortunately, not really, because I have good management. They just have my back. Like,
You can also present this information forcefully and not
Totally.
aggressively or
Yeah.
hostile. It's
Which is
like, no.
which is normally how I do it, but
Yeah.
sometimes I just have to throw it back.
Sometimes you got to. I mean,
Yeah.
some people need a reality check. They're like, this is not how real
Yeah.
life works.
No, sorry. Right now, I'm exercising my right to refuse you service.
That's. But look, I was right. The phrase "the customer's always right" originally coined in 1909 by Harry Gordon Selfridge, the founder of Selfridge's department store in London.
Fucking asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was an advertising for a store. That fucker right there is like, I got this idea.
Mhm.
We're going to tell them the customer's always right, and we're willing to bend over backwards to give them good service. No. You come back to my store because I sell the best damn tacos and tchotchkes and pants
That's right.
around.
You're literally here for my service. Why are you being
Yeah.
such a piece of shit?
Yeah. You come here because I do a good job,
Yeah.
not because I always make sure that you're appeased.
100%.
Yeah. It's like somebody coming into, like, if they come into my shop and they're like, I want soup. I'm like, fuck, bitch, I'm a leather shop.
Yeah.
You're not,
We don't do soup
we
here.
don't do soup. Like, that's how I feel like it feels sometimes. Somebody comes in and they want a thing done.
No soup for you.
Having been in the restaurant industry for so long, the biggest annoyance is when somebody just doesn't look at the menu.
Yeah.
Like if you go into a restaurant, the menu is the Rosetta Stone.
Mhm.
It's the thing that ensures we're speaking the same language. And
What do they do if they're not reading the menu?
order something that's not on the menu.
Yeah, order
that
They
off
literally
menu.
just say a thing
A
that
thing.
they
Yeah,
want.
this is a thing I want. I don't know if you got it on your menu.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that was infuriating.
Even
It's
outside of that,
terribly infuriating.
One level not worse, better, is not taking a second to look at the menu and instead waiting for the wait staff to arrive and asking what's good on your menu or
I think
something
it's
like
fine to
that.
ask what's good. mean,
I think it's fine as long as if you're looking for validation as far as like what you were looking at on the menu to say, how is your tomato bisque? Great. But I don't know, man. What's good on your
great's
menu?
not the answer I'm looking for. If I asked somebody how they're like,
Well, no, I don't. I didn't mean that
That's-
as the answer. I'm just saying.
well, I mean, I think that's
for you.
what happens a lot because that is a dumb question. If you ask somebody in those scenarios what's good, they're not going to tell you anything's bad on the menu. Right.
Right.
That's
You are
counterproductive.
going to get a non-answer if you just ask what's good on the menu.
But like if you ask like how is the tomato bisque or something like that, I would hope that the answer would be more of a description of what that food
Sure.
is. Like, does it have?
Is it rich and creamy?
Yeah. Does it have heavy rosemary?
Mhm.
Is
Totally.
it-
Yeah.
And as a server, you probably have that down, right? I mean, if you've been working in the service industry at all,
You'd be
prob-
surprised.
I think most
Well,
of the time
sure.
they're probably getting they're getting that stupid question of like, what is good? What do you recommend? Well, fucking everything. Like,
Right.
I don't know your taste.
Well, it's
Like,
just I feel like a lot of times the customer's always right person comes in feeling personally affronted, and it's like look,
before
listen,
anything's happened.
Yeah.
it's like
Just-
listen, I haven't done anything
Yeah.
to you.
Mhm.
I'm your route to
Right.
getting your problem
Yeah.
solved, and treating me like shit and screaming about how right you are isn't.
Those are the type of people
It's
who are
not going-
inconvenienced by everyone else's
Mhm.
existence.
Pre-game in the outrage.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like-
that's my problem on a daily basis is just the pre-gamed outrage, Yeah, which is fine, honestly. It like most of the time it's like okay, whatever. Most of the time I can remind them like, I am here to help you. I am here to provide you with solutions, and if I can't, at least maybe I can refer you to a method that would work.
That's the essence of every interaction. Somebody comes into a shop, regardless of what you're doing, they have a problem.
Yeah.
That problem could be like, I'm missing a leather jerkin in my life,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be, I'm hungry and I
Yeah.
need food.
Mhm.
And you're, depending on what your business is, you have a set number of solutions that you can offer.
Yeah.
If those do not suffice, there's no conflict between the two of you. You've now learned that this person cannot solve this problem. I will look elsewhere for that problem to be solved.
Yeah.
And you go about your day. Ideally, it would be nice if you could, if a recommendation was available, because that limits this from happening again.
Yeah.
You point them in the direction where someone will be able to solve their problem.
I always try to have some kind of answer. At least something, Or I'll find one. I have the tools to find you an answer. Give me that at least. Like,
Well, I wish they'd just call common decency something else because it's not.
it's not too
super
common. Yeah.
But
It's too bad.
Now, I've heard that our level of bending over backwards, the customer's always right scenario is less prevalent in like Europe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's meme worthy and stuff of like English customer service is not geared the same way.
Well,
So they started the trend and then they abandoned it. Sounds
jerks. Yeah. So,
They learned.
They're getting,
that was a dumb
getting us
idea.
back for the revolution.
Yeah.
well, I
know what we'll do.
I've heard a lot from people over the pond about how overly nice we are in customer service. Always starting a conversation with, "Hey, how are you doing?" or "How's your day been?" or whatever. They don't do that there. They're there to scan barcodes and get your bags filled. You know, they skip the niceties for the most
See,
part.
and I've heard that it's both sides of the coin and whether or not it's appreciated. Some people are like, it seems really friendly, and there's people like, I don't like the falsity
Right.
that's involved in that kind of social interaction.
Well, and because for the most part it is false.
It's
Oh,
absolutely
like
false because I
95% of the
like
time.
when someone actually tells you about their day.
Yeah.
You're like, you're an insane person.
I mean,
I wanted fine and move the fuck off.
There are plenty of times where it's genuine, though. I mean, being in service industry, plenty of times where I'm actually genuinely interested in their day. Like a return customer, regular, comes in. It's like,
that's fair.
how are things? You told me
I'd
some
say
things last time.
75%
how's your
of the
daughter
time,
doing?
it's like, nope.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, 75%.
It's like, yeah, but when that person actually does tell you about their day, it's like, that's a crazy person. Why are you doing? Just go, move
kinda
along.
true.
Got to choose your words more carefully when you're
The
interacting.
pay difference
Mhm.
between a server and a shrink is very high.
Yeah.
So never tell your server how you're really doing.
Bartenders need to be paid more.
Exactly.
Certainly, yeah. Although, where is a quiet bar anymore?
I also don't know any bartender that wasn't making good money.
That's true.
So
That's true. I mean, you bring in a lot of tips.
yeah. I mean, they're probably not making crazy money, but like they make good money.
Yeah.
Probably more than me.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the bar, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you got regulars, they might tip more. I don't know. I've never been a bartender. It seems fun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you get to drink on the job?
There's
Not
also
here.
plenty of times I think.
Not here.
No.
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 OLCC clamps that down.
Big time.
No.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
I feel like that's some Coyote Ugly shit.
What?
Ladies dancing on bar tops?
Yeah, that's what I would want to do if I was a bartender.
Well, I would expect
I get me a fireman outfit.
I really want
Josh
you to
have a
bartend.
good,
You
have
know,
a good buzz.
you know why that happens in the movies?
Because
It
it's the
doesn't
fucking
happen in real
movies.
life.
Educate your mind. Don't let the brain cells die. Come on, it's balcony time.